Good evening, everyone. Severe Weather Team 9 meteorologist Nathan John joining you for this edition of Nate at 8. And coming up, return of the rain and wind. That is what we're going to be primarily talking about for this edition of Nate at 8, as well as some mild temperatures. So a lot of what we saw on the Wednesday returns for your Friday, but this time around, we can spot some additional rain. Yes, more rain than what we had for Wednesday can return for your Friday. Just like what we have for today, then going into Saturday, some quiet conditions return for the start of the weekend, only to have more showers and a further cool down than Sunday going into Monday. So several things to dive into. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Now, our current temperatures now falling into the 30s. This is going to be where we deal with the majority of our cooling tonight. So take a look at those temperatures now, and this is going to be pretty on par with our low temperatures. The majority of cooling is now occurring into the first half of tonight, and we're going to notice our temperatures actually climb up as the night does progress, as we do see skies turn cloudy into tomorrow morning. And anytime we're dealing with a lot of cloud cover in combination with a southerly wind picking up overnight, this will act in combination to actually warm us. So again, the coolest temperatures in the 30s here early on tonight. It's going to be a cold overnight period, but by tomorrow morning, notice what happens to our temperatures. They're climbing back in the 40s. So it's more of a chilly rather than cold start to Friday. And our temperatures continue to climb then further into the 50s and likely just in the 60s into Friday afternoon. Now, as our temperatures are getting just into the 60s, a cold front is set to pass going into tomorrow afternoon. And this will return not only some cooler temperatures then into the weekend, but also some windy conditions and some rain. So we're going to want to watch tomorrow, even around lunchtime, for return of this rain, and it does look occasional once it arrives around that noon mark, continuing then going through the afternoon. Notice what happens then by the end of the day. So early Friday night, a lot of this rain looks to taper off. So it is good timing. It looks like this rain is going to be more progressive than we initially thought earlier into the week, and that it's likely making its exit quicker than we anticipated. So good news. Now, this is great news for Friday night plans, for Friday night football games, that even by about 8 o'clock, a lot of this rain is likely moving out of the area. And we're going to be drying up early Friday night likely, and then from there staying dry into the start of the weekend. But by Sunday morning, there comes the next round of showers moving back in by Sunday morning, and it's with us just on and off, likely for the entirety of Sunday, with even some showers continuing Sunday night into Monday as well. So again, for our football games, if you have plans to head out to any area football games, a lot of playoff game action, playoffs across the area, and we'll deal with kickoff. Temperatures likely in the upper 50s, falling towards the mid 50s as the games wrap up. So be 50s. It's more of a cool evening ahead for Friday evening. We're still dealing with some breezy winds at this point, and we're dealing with, especially around kickoff, still some showers in place. So we can have some rain, and we'll certainly have it leading into kickoff. But even around the time games are kicking off, we can still have some rain in place. But we're going to notice likely as these games progress Friday night that the drier conditions return. So look for a drying trend during our game time between about 7, 9 o'clock. Should be the time that we start to see an exit of a lot of this rain. So still not a bad idea to take the rain gear if you're heading out to any area games, maybe heading out to Friday Night Rivals game of the week with Wheeling Park and John Marshall. Again, not a bad idea to take the rain gear with you, but I think that it's less needed as the games do progress. Of course, you don't have to worry about any rain at all if you watch this game live on Charge at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Those wind speeds are going to be a highlight tomorrow in addition to the rain. And I think we can have that potential again to see wind gusts in excess of 30, maybe in excess of 40 miles per hour. So it's going to turn windy again on us Friday afternoon. Winds will diminish some for the evening, but still going to be breezy, further diminishing then overnight Friday into Saturday morning. And again, much like today, lighter wind in place for Saturday. Still anticipating at least some breeze returning Sunday that will likely carry over into Monday as well, as see those wind gusts at least in excess of 20 miles per hour likely into that stretch. Futurecast rainfall about 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch of rain. We still can have some pockets of higher amounts, rumble of thunder is possible in some of these heavier showers. But for a lot of this does look like lighter rainfall amounts. Again, the emphasis is in the afternoon hours tomorrow. By the time we get into the evening, we're noticing a lot of this then tapering off. through the evening and into early Friday night. So especially in the afternoon hours is going to be the emphasis of time, starting even around midday at noon, then continuing as the sun sets. It's after the sun sets, then early Friday night is when we're likely noticing this precipitation tapering off. And again, it likely coincides with the timing of our football game. So even around kickoff, 7 o'clock leading up to 9 o'clock, in that time, window of time, these showers should be tapering off across the area. So we should be starting to dry up at that point early Friday night. From there, again, dry start to the weekend on Saturday until we deal with more showers Sunday. And we do see some showers likely continuing into Monday. At that point, temperatures are really dropping off. It's going to be a taste of winter on Monday. It really is. Highs in the 30s, and we're dealing with snow showers and as they breeze in place. It's a blustery wind. The wind chills are likely going to be into the teens. We have that possibility Monday as well as Tuesday morning to see wind chills in the teens. And those wind chills throughout the day Monday, we're talking further towards the 30 mark, maybe even 20s for a good portion of Monday. Again, there's really no better way to describe Monday than just winter. I mean, it's just going to scream winter. It's going to feel much more like a winter day than a day in November coming our way Monday. It's just a wintry wonderland. However you look at it. Some of you may like it. Others maybe not a wonderland, but a wintry misery, I guess is another way to word it, depending on how you enjoy the wintry weather arriving on Monday. And that's still some pretty chilly rain Sunday. I think this highs, we'll see how much we can climb. It really has to depend on the timing of the front Sunday. And the timing of it looks to be around that midday mark. If we do see that the front passing earlier into the day or later into the day, can affect how high those temperatures climb Sunday. If the timing gets pushed back more into Sunday afternoon, we can get in the 50s and we can get further back in the 50s on Sunday before the front passes. If it's in the morning, we could stay in the 40s. Still anticipating as the day progresses Sunday, once that front passes, temperatures are going to start to cool. So that high temperature, which again, near possibly in the 50s again Sunday, it still looks to be more morning, if not around midday, early afternoon. That's not where we typically deal with our high later in the afternoon. That's not going to be the case Sunday. I think the front passes before then. And our temperatures, by the time we typically see that, warmest temperature later on in the afternoon hours, it will likely those temperatures are going to start to cool at that point. So as we get into Sunday evening, our temperatures are falling to the 40s, into the 30s, and as you can see, even in the 20s likely Monday morning. So for the second half of Sunday, our temperatures really start to be dropping going throughout the second half of the day. And again, likely a breeze ushered in with some chilly showers with that cold front passage Sunday. And then we're just on our way to a taste of winter on Monday. Some snow showers around, temperatures in the 30s. Lows back in the mid 20s, even Tuesday morning. By Tuesday, then a lot of those lingering showers are likely tapering off. Rain chances and snow chances look to then taper off altogether. I think it's only a slight chance Tuesday, and then it ends altogether middle of next week. At that point, temperatures will start to rebound, and it could be pretty quick. You can see a temperature swing of at least about 10 degrees from Tuesday into Wednesday next week, taking us back just in the 50s, getting back to more seasonable values than likely middle to latter part of next week. But nothing seasonable about early next week with those highs 30s, 40 degrees Tuesday. So still struggling to even get in the 40s next Tuesday as well. Austin, good evening. When Nate 8 was done yesterday, the wind was getting more intense. I actually saw the power lines bouncing up and down. Oh, geez, Austin. And likely getting in one of those gusty showers that we were tracking yesterday. Wind gusts got up to what was at least observed or registered at the Ohio County Airport was the highest wind gust for us, 48 miles per hour. So I would say that's probably a good reflection of some of those wind gusts that we had in these showers. I think it's a good bet those wind gusts were in excess of 40 miles per hour in some of those showers that passed into yesterday evening. So some pretty gusty winds within some of those showers, maybe even getting close to that 50 mile per hour mark in some of those showers that we had. Also a report of some small hail coming out of the Weirton area yesterday evening as well within those showers. So certainly was a little active in that regard. And I do think we can have some pretty gusty showers again tomorrow. It's something we'll watch for. I think we have the potential to deal with some pretty high winds again for your Friday. The emphasis again, the afternoon when the showers are breaking out through the afternoon hours. similar timing, right, to Wednesday. It was in primarily the afternoon hours before those winds then started to diminish Friday. Uh, well, the diminished Friday night, just like what we had for last night. Those winds were dying down. Austin says, went out to do an errand. Surprised how cold the wind felt today. I'm ready to watch snow while staying warm and cozy inside. Well, Austin, Monday is the day for you. That is for sure. It's going to be a great day to do that. Stay inside and watch some snow showers. It'll feel a lot better inside than outside Monday. That's for sure. As again, I think those wind chills. It's going to be quite bitter to us. We're not accustomed to dealing with wind chills in the 20s to teens like we can see for a good portion of Sunday night through Monday night. So yeah, it'll be a lot better to enjoy the view from inside. That's for sure. Sean, hello. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, Sean. Thank you very much. Hope you are as well. Thanks for tuning in. And Austin's asking about the Dallas Cowboy player. I did hear that. It was terrible. I saw that several news articles there on that. And yeah, that was terrible to hear with the Dallas Cowboy player. But I did see that, Austin. Yes. Our 9+1 day forecast. Again, Friday, Sunday, couple days we're dealing with some rain. Really for tomorrow, it's more in the afternoon than anything. That's where we see the core of that rainfall. And then again, as our kick off our high school football games Friday night, a lot of that's tapering off. We're dry then Saturday, Sunday, the showers. It's not only for the afternoon Sunday, but likely morning, afternoon, evening. It's not a steady rain, but it's just on and off throughout the day Sunday. So it's just a wet day overall, just dodging those showers all day long, just on and off. It's getting chilly, some chilly showers. There's temperatures in the 40s for most of the day Sunday, I think. By Monday, then it's just cold, some snow showers around. We'll see just how much we can pile up with when it comes to any snow accumulations. I think that, it can't rule out maybe something sticking and accumulating. I think it's going to be hard to deal with a lot in terms of accumulations, but it is something we'll watch for. I think the best bet to deal with some accumulations Monday would be if we can get some heavier snow showers developing throughout the day Monday, and that in that heavier snow is where we can see it accumulate. I think that's going to be the best odds to see accumulating snow. If we can get some heavier snow showers to develop where we do see those, which again, it can be more scattered or hit or miss in nature, that's where we could get some potential there for some quick accumulations in some spots. So we'll see. We're still keeping an eye on it, and further iron out the details as we get closer to it. But it's something worth monitoring, right? If we get some heavy snow showers that could impact some of the commute there Monday, especially going into the afternoon hours, but in general for both. But it is something we'll watch for. I would say definitely we'll watch for some potential for heavier snow showers. I think that's going to be our best chance there for really any impacts as well as we go through Monday. So we'll keep an eye on it. By Tuesday into Wednesday, again, those chances of precipitation lower. It's still going to be rather cold Tuesday, but by Wednesday into Thursday, we're back to more of a cool or chilly afternoon rather than cold. And temperatures look to further climb back up then likely into the following weekend, back into the 50s next Saturday and Sunday. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. I hope everyone had a wonderful day, was able to soak up some of that sun. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's not too much ahead for us as we go into next week. So it was certainly nice today to soak up more of that sunshine before, we deal with a lot of cloud cover as we do extend into next week at this point. A little bit of it Saturday, but a lot of it for Friday, Sunday, Monday. Not only cloudy, but it gets cold and, less than desirable. I guess it's a good time to, head out to Ogilby. Festivities kicking off there with the lights at Ogilby this evening. So it's been perfect timing into early next week. If you're feeling festive, you get to put up the Christmas decorations, maybe head out to Ogilby and view the lights on Monday and some snow showers, some, weather much more reminiscent of the holiday season on Monday than Thanksgiving or November or fall. On Monday, much more of a wintry scene. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can catch me coming up News 9 to 10 on Fox 9, News 9 tonight at 11 for the latest. And as always, the next edition of Nate at 8. Of course, don't forget tomorrow evening, our high school football action. So make sure to stay tuned for the game of the week. You can watch Friday Night Rivals game of the week on our digital platforms, YouTube, here on Facebook and YouTube, as well as You can watch it on Charge again as well at 7 o'clock for kickoff. And if you're wondering about Sports Friday on the go, great to watch and tune in with News 9's Don Sloan, Bill Phillips, and they break down action from multiple area games. And that's going to be on YouTube. So head over to our YouTube page. If you're joining on me on Facebook right now, that's on YouTube. Tomorrow evening is Sports Friday on the go with Don Sloan, Bill Phillips, highlighting multiple area games. And of course, Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week you can catch not only on YouTube, but here on Facebook as well. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you on the next edition of Nate at 8 next week, and next Monday. Boy, we get to talk about just how much of a wintry scene we had for that next edition of Nate at 8. So join me then as we watch the snowfall for the next edition of Nate at 8 on Monday. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll see all of you on the next edition of Nate at 8.